Oh, fuck it. Never mind.
What up, brother? What's up, Eddie? Seeing people getting in the chat. What's going on, folks? Happy Friday.
What's good?
Yay.
Yay.
All right, who's gonna share this screen?
You can go. Go ahead, man.
Oh, I'm not doing much, but
You can kick the
I
party off.
refuse to share right now.
Why?
Bro, look at Bitcoin.
Oh.
I get to the thing is, like, I'm not easily getting annoyed anymore by it because we've pretty much seen it all. The range that it's in is starting to be frustrating again for me.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's like make up your mind, sink or die. I mean, swim or die.
Yeah, and it's not that it's costing me money or whatever. It's just the move. Even though today the candles were insane, that's why I'm still expecting a ridiculous move. But like the first hour after opening in New York, we've seen 0.3% candles up and down with 3 to 4K volume on Bitcoin, which is tremendous. And after that, it's just stuck in the range. It feels like something's cooking. I'm truly getting. Remember when we done from 28K to 24.4?
Yeah.
That's the same vibe it's giving me right now.
that would be juicy.
That would be. I'd enjoy that very much. I'm down for either way. I'm a regular switch hitter, so whichever you want me to go, I'll go.
Yeah, but for me, it's I just need to adapt to this since I'm used to more or less semi swing with quite a size.
Yeah.
Now I need to take profit at like 15% up on a trade on leverage 30.
Yeah.
It's not giving you more. And that makes it really hard to get a realistic risk reward. Because with 1 to 3 R, depending on the account and everything, you cannot have a 1% spot drawdown because you can never have a 3% spot upwards move to company different. And that makes setting up a trade currently pretty damn hard if you want to do it correctly, at least from my perspective.
I'm just sitting on my hands at the moment. We're in the middle of decision making, up or down from here.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm looking at PA, we could go left.
What do you mean? Up.
No, to the left. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. There's a bunch of liquidity, well, liquidity at 27.5, 27.6, and there's a fuck ton at 26K. But the thing is, right, this previous wick we had when we were at 27.5, that liquidity at 27.6 was still there and it wasn't even taken. So
yeah,
it's like, I'm a bit skeptical, like whether or not like that's retail or a bigger player, because if we were going to take it, why the hell did we just reject here instead of going to like 27.6, 27.7? And what I've noticed is CoinGlass's new free indicator is quite accurate. Obviously, I'm using my trading light bot. 27.6 as well.
You
The
know what's
1 month.
interesting? I was cycling timeframes yesterday, and until now, all that has happened and all that we've done is we dropped from 20, or even from 30K to 25K or 24.4. And all we've done is fill the fair value gap back up 28K. That's what we're doing. So from a high time frame perspective, it's now make or break because if you
Yeah,
look at
I
the
mean,
massive wick down that we had, yeah, there you can see it. From the huge, first at the huge drop,
what hit?
then we filled it, we dropped back again.
So, I don't know.
Yeah,
See, the thing is why, you see, I think we are going to break out in October a little bit, but
up or
I
down.
don't know. Upwards in October, I think it's going to be green, but
Yeah.
September's normally red, but this September we're like $900 from monthly open. So unless we turbo nuke before the monthly candle closes, then that means September's going to be green when it's normally red. Every time it's normally red. 80% chance it's red, and now it's green. So I don't know how it's going to impact everything.
90%. Out of 9 years, it was only green once.
Yeah,
My biggest issue is like, if you look at macro factors right now, everyone's screaming bullish. That's the
Yeah,
first
exactly.
thing I always hate. As everyone's saying, we need to go up ETF here, ETF there. I'm shorting the fucking house.
Yeah, everyone is bullish, and plus it's not just the ETF news as well. It's the fact that SPX as well on the day. Well, fucking hell, I didn't realize that candle. What the fuck is that? All right, on the daily, it was on the trend line. I thought it was going to break the trend line below and then reclaim or something. So I mean, SPX bounced. I didn't even realize it was this red, and Bitcoin barely moved. So, and plus
Yeah, but
DXY as well was
Bitcoin
bullish.
can either detach, but also still has the Bitcoin lags. DXY is climbing up. Euro is going down. Bitcoin mostly lags.
I think it's going to come down to here eventually. I don't know how that's going to impact crypto, or maybe.
Probably not. Depends on if crypto wants to do anything with or not. But I have a hard time believing, looking at macro, that one, with the current economy, we can maintain this right now. I think we should come down because the economy is getting worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
And next to it, no fucking way that BlackRock is buying here. Cannot see any big company stepping in above 20K. I'm even skeptical about 15K, let alone 26 or 27. No fucking way that BlackRock is loading up on BDC here.
I'm just confused at the moment where we're going. Like, I just need to see what's going to happen here because I have pretty simple invalidations, but we'd literally smack on middle. So it's like I'd be gambling if I placed the trade because no clue in the current period. We're doing the same shit we done here where we just went to the highs and started moving sideways to confuse people. I mean, we are like mimicking the same PA as before, lower high, well, lower high, then breakdown, lower high, then breakdown. So I mean, we are mimicking it. Maybe we get similar PA to what's that? Maybe we get some fuckery wick like this, and then expansion to the downside. We do the same thing again. I don't know though. That's just my two thoughts. And plus, Ethereum as well is quite strong, but I don't know, man. Based on liquidity, there's so fucking much below. I refuse to believe that that's going to go untested as well. There's a massive
Yeah,
range.
upwards.
Yeah, like I posted in my channel when Ethereum was at 1600s, the amount of liquidity to the upside, and it just took everything. And now, if I'm looking at Ethereum, well, let me actually.
Bro, it is bullish as fuck, man.
Yeah, man. Like if I go on Ethereum here, though, man, like it's like there's still some liquidations up to around 1700, and that's where we start crossing into a couple of very important EMAs and conference and shit.
The
But like
thing
it's
now for
shit.
ETH, if 1678 flips, it's 17 fucking 50.
I don't know, honestly, because I'm trying to like at the moment my plan at the moment for Ethereum is I mean if Bitcoin wicks up from here, given that Ethereum's holding this strength, we might get a scam wick to like 17, 20, 17, 30. But I think we
Yeah,
are gonna come down here.
1678 has a monthly order block.
I just don't know what's gonna happen, right? Because if I'm thinking market maker wise, am I gonna just allow everybody who's in a leverage long right here to ride and move all the way up to here? Or am I gonna take them out and then the next month I'm gonna go up? I'd probably take them all out, then go up. That would get every single breakout player on Ethereum turn bearish and then it will squeeze even higher next time. I don't think we'll break 1600. I think we will go down to like 1620 region and then turbo send upwards. But that's just my two thoughts on it. Right now, it's fucking rock solid. Like it's literally barely moving.
Yeah, it's crazy. It re-correlated a bit because this afternoon it was completely. And I remember one time before where we have seen this strength, and that was in the time that Singh was doing the copy trading, and I was driving back from Denmark, and that was when it dumped 1.5k and pumped 1.5k in the same fucking hour. Last time that E was showing this strength.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a while since Ethereum has been going up. I mean, it's been quite compressed.
But the weird thing is, even though ETH is doing or it's pulling its weight, you would normally expect every altcoin, and especially Solana and AVAX, to go fucking berserk.
Yeah, it's barely moving.
Yeah, but that's weird, right? Because the dominance of Bitcoin is not going through the roof. ETH is leading the pack and not Bitcoin. And AVAX is still downwards trending. That's ridiculous. That does not make any sense because every layered altcoin should move up.
Yeah, I agree. Also, really weak right now. There are only a few which are doing well. Not many though. What's this inch? Need to reach out now. But we've had so many bullish catalysts. It's like I can't be bullish here.
No fucking way that I can be bullish.
We have a lot of confidence as well on Bitcoin around 2017. So for us to hunt that liquidity above will just be like a failed break. I don't know, like essentially like this candle would be like around here and then retrace back down. But I don't know. Gold is holy fuck. What the fuck's happened here? This shit was literally at 1870 when I last saw it. Now it's at 1848. It's down another 200 pips. So you look at gold. Gold is just
That's
it's
4%.
yeah, it's down fucking huge, and crypto's it's down 5%. Gold is down 5%, and crypto's the complete opposite.
Logic dictates that it's lagging. Either we've detached, and I cannot see us detaching from the legacy markets. With euro down, gold down, bonds up, and Dixie up, bro, there's no fucking way that Bitcoin will stay
Yeah,
there.
you're right. Yeah,
No
you see,
way.
that's the thing as well. You see, you have all of these factors which are incredibly like bullish and bearish for Bitcoin, but then you also have some bullish catalysts to make people bullish
True.
in a bearish environment.
True.
So it's like they are driving the price upwards to somewhat, I don't know, trap people into thinking that we're bullish with all this ETF news when
Mhm.
in reality we haven't actually done the drop, which is, I don't know, priced in, if you say. So I can see us dropping.
I'm still waiting on 12K, man.
I think 21K to 18K, that would be the bigger block that we need to break to get lower. My money's on roughly around like 18.8.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I see like around 21.4, like here.
Yeah.
I see that at the moment.
2100.
Yeah, like 21K. I'll just go from there. Honestly, I'll take it. Look, if we get lower than that, I'll take it. I'll buy a spot. But what I see at the moment, I think maybe like 21K, and then I think that's when there's going to be a lot of people flip bearish and want to buy below 20K, and then we just rocket send upwards. I don't know. But like I have a time span I want to buy in. I don't have a specific price. Like I have it based on a time period of where the price is accumulating before the impulsive move up. So whatever the price is around that time period, I'm just gonna buy. I don't really have a price target of where I'm gonna buy.
And you can also see that all the holiday periods are ending now, also in the US. The last couple of days were the first, let's say, 2 full weeks that we've had with the updated version of the pricing algorithms. Like the pump and dump that we had was behavior of 2 years ago.
Wait, which one? This one?
No. What we saw 2 days ago, you cannot see it on this time frame, but 2 days ago we pumped up to almost 27K and we smacked it down the candle after.
Oh, what, this one here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Behavior is almost the same exact behavior as price algos were doing 2 years ago.
I remember this. We pumped up in London. Yeah, we pumped up in London and then reversed back downward straight afterwards. Pretty much wiped out everyone. But you see, the thing is as well, I was talking in Jedi about how this move, it was like supported by spot, but matter of fact, this move was literally fueled by futures, and they're all on leverage longs, man. So like,
and that's dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. Because when it's driven by leverage, it's like short lived. It can just fucking nuke. So I think Ethereum's got strength now, but what I see with a common pattern with Ethereum when I'm looking at it is it looks like it's strong for a specific time, and then out of nowhere it just completely loses its strength and just nuke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like when you least expect it, right? One minute it's like fucking rock solid, not breaking nothing, and then out of nowhere it's like just nuke straight downwards. So I don't know. It's definitely something to do with Bitcoin
like
dominance.
Retarded brother. Yeah, OP is the only other coin that can have that kind of shit.
OP is going to be such a good buy for the bull market, man. That's going to just continue to literally explode.
Bro, OP is going to rip faces.
I can see that shit squeezing all the way up. Plus 10 easily.
You know what my biggest gem is right now?
What's that?
AVAX.
AVAX going to be a good buy soon as well. I've seen it's really low.
Bro, it's at fucking 9.1. That's serious. That shit has been at 360, man.
I'm gonna delete everything I've charted up on this other thing on my screen and then I'll share it.
Same as OP, man. OP is hovering at the one. The problem is right now everything is being pushed up or down by leverage trades.
Exactly.
How do I know that? If you look at how price is moving, a sustained move is driven by spot. So you can see an influx of money on spot, especially on Binance, and from there shit starts moving up. There is no fucking buys. There is no money influx in the market. It's just liquidating and circulating.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy because I'm just deleting this. I have, but what the fuck is this? Yeah, you see, this entire fucking move upwards, it was literally just a fucking cluster of longs, all of it, and the entire move was just no. This is all. Well, fucking hell, how many things do I have drawn here? This entire move was literally just open interest of just a massive clusterfuck of leverage longs, right? And the last time we had this move, look what happened, right? Move was fueled by futures, just dumped straight afterwards. And that's the exact same pattern.
Not be maintained.
Because where we pushed upwards on futures, right? It would this move was driven by futures longs and then dumped straight after. Same thing again is driven by futures, but it hasn't actually dumped yet. So I think it's like delayed to an extent. I mean, longs are closing, the price is barely moving. OI is fucking dropping. It's 50-50 right now because we should have already dropped.
The thing is, if it's not driven by spot, it must come down because if people take profits, it
Yeah,
also
exactly.
goes.
It's because you can see it here. Like futures contracts, people are scaling out of their longs, so they're taking profits on this decline on the bars. So like that's why I would have expected us to already reject here. And considering we are still hovering around the same price, it's like we can go both ways. We can either have another futures driven move to the upside, which results in a dump, or we can have a push downwards. I mean, here, for instance, where was it? Here, this dump here, so vice versa, right around this area. This move, instead of it being fueled by futures longs, longs are actually liquidated on this dump downwards from here. And this time it's just leverage pushing us upwards. So it's like if the rotations start to flip into green territory, we're going to dump. And it's currently in red, so if it starts declining, we'll probably get a dump based on that. What is LTC at? You know, this looks terrible. Yeah, I could see Ethereum going all the way up to this 1720 region. That'll be a nice short. Might just nuke straight down to here. I think this wick is going to get filled eventually. Wait, Jamie, can you mute your mic, please? I don't have permissions, by the way. Channel, I can't mute people for others. I've done it. Alright. We have to factor in everything. Fucking hell. I didn't even know SPX dropped today. Wasn't looking at it. Might actually. The amount of liquidity which is below that trend line is gonna be big because it's been up for ages, months.
Yeah, and SPX has no fucking reason to even be up. The whole country is delusional. Economy is dying, shit is dying, the president is dying. Oh wait, stocks go up. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, gold is pretty much fucked itself. It's lost its trend. So yeah, I think crypto's gonna correlate eventually. Just gonna have this
Depends how you
fuckery.
think. Because when you saw inflation in 2020 or 2021 and it was rose like 3%, 4%, we were doing higher highs, right? And we started drop it until we reached like 7 or 8% inflation. So
I mean,
during that time, drop really happened till like 8%. I don't know. It can shoot up until we get back to the 7% and then go back down and play this shit phase area for like, I don't know.
yeah, I mean, at the moment, like we're in a very awkward environment where it can go both ways, is because if we are comparing just traditional markets, Nasdaq, SPX are bullish. DXY is bullish.
Mm.
And it's like crypto is just in between doing its own thing.
It's waiting to see the direction of the market. I mean,
I don't think it's waiting. I think it's priced in to trap people, because that, with all of the news as well, like we have what ETF here and there. I don't think anything significant is going to happen with ETFs this year. It's all going to be next year. So I think right now it's just buy the rumor, sell the news type shit until next year. I don't think it's going to be that significant. I think I said it as well when we were at 27K. I think I said ETF news rumor, you know what to do, whatever, buy the rumor, sell the news. And obviously, like one day afterwards, they confirmed that it's been delayed again. And we're still up here. But we did reject from 27 too, but we're still in holding this range for now. It's like, it's shit. There's so many factors at the moment.
Problem is there's just one factor. That's in order to make a significant move up, there is still a shit ton of money that's lacking. It's not in circulation, not in the market.
Yeah, we got to go lower before we go higher.
We go down.
My monthly close is going to be hilarious on a Saturday. I'm gonna close monthly candle on fucking Saturday when there's no volume. I'm curious to see how this is gonna react. For us to close bearish, Bitcoin literally needs to go to 20, well below 25,850. Needs to drop 1K right now.
On it.
Honestly, I don't know what to expect. Because you see, everyone, which I'm like on Twitter and everything, everybody's expecting us to do the exact same thing we done here, right? Breakout, and they're thinking the same fucking thing over here. No way that obvious scenario is gonna play out. In my eyes, doesn't make sense to me. Because like if I look back, wait, let me load the fucking new chart. If I look back in the past cycle, right, let's compare the same time period, right? So September, end of the month, September, right? Let me just mark this little box to the start of September.
I just poked Bitcoin with a stick. It's not moving.
You see, look at this, right? This is fucking last fucking cycle. Same time period. After this initial push upwards, which marked the top for Bitcoin at 31.8, right? This entire fucking month, September, was just fucking red on this fractal, right? And then obviously leading into October, we have this nice wick upwards. Seems like a massive fucking wick upwards. And then eventually we just distribute lower in December. So like I don't think we're gonna go anywhere anytime soon. Like every single scenario results going lower. It's just fuckery in between. You know what I mean?
Just noise. That's the thing what I was explaining in the beginning. We're just programmed for 24.7K minimum. It's
Yeah,
never
exactly.
felt when we get down 24.4. And now been crawling up for the last 3 weeks. That's all we've been fucking doing. So the bigger trend is still down until 28.5 is flat.
Yeah, you see, because like June, July, that was the top of the previous bear market early. June, July, exact same thing. That's why I was fucking big short up here because of around here, and it's following the exact same PA. So that's why I mean this. I don't know if this is gonna happen. I believe this was the COVID crash, like well, yeah, the COVID whatever. So I don't know if we're gonna get an as big drop as this, because if we do, then that means we're gonna retest like here. That's I mean unpredictable because this was COVID, and then we just even after the halving, right?
Is an FTX. So yeah, but it's FUD driven.
Even I mean with FTX, like in November 11th we dumped, right? November the 7th we dumped, same time period. So it's like it's all fucking priced in. That's why I think that we're just gonna fucking I don't know. I'd feel so much more safer in a swing short, and I'll just hold for a month, completely forget I even have it open, and then come back. Because honestly, that I think we're gonna like do something like this and then go up first. That would make more sense. But even after the fucking halving, right, for like 6 months, Bitcoin still doesn't do anything after the halving, right? Everybody anticipates there to be a bull market straight after the Bitcoin halving. We literally don't even do anything. We literally just move sideways for 6 months, and then out of nowhere, just a massive move out of nowhere just comes. When that happens, yeah, no fucking shorts. I'm not shorting at all when that happens. I'll just fucking leverage long everything. I don't even care.
So I'm not even trading that. I'm probably just doing 200K leverage tree and having a 300 Bitcoin position and then fuck it.
I want to do something similar. Obviously, not with that amount of Bitcoin, but
No, but I'm for real. As soon as the bull market hits, I'm putting 150 or 200K on leverage tree, and then I'll come back when I can buy my own fucking island.
like, wait, let me actually look at the Bitcoin halving.
I think they go for
Wait,
like
BTC
5.5 in the
halving.
Philippines.
Let me look. Yeah, like if we look at the previous halving, which was where was it? January, February, March, April, May. So
What
this
actually is the halving? Are they legit halving the amount of Bitcoin?
oh I don't fucking know. I just know that's when the bull market. Well, afterwards is where it begins, and then we have the halving in January, February, March. Wait, April. Yeah, around April. So like we are literally right
Bro,
there.
that means the halving is the reward for Bitcoin mining is cut in half.
Yep.
Mining speed is back to 50% of what it was. I think when the halving happens, that we're gonna dump like hell. Because every miner is gonna capitulate its fucking balls off.
Yeah, I mean, like if we look at what happened in the past, right? If the exact halving date was here, and if we look at the fucking time period it was in, where is it? Date range. Before we even moved upwards, right? We had 166 days of literally, well, we still went up a bit, but we didn't have this big move, obviously. And that's like
The big issue
half
is
a year before moving.
if the miners go underwater, the miners are not dictating the market. So when mining plans fail, the circulation will be less. But by less does not mean that we go up. It's not like everyone's assuming it. But less can also mean more fear in the market and less money. I think people will get more scared and we go down.
Or like a crash before the halving.
No, as soon as the halving. Most of the miners will be under fucking water.
Yeah,
And
no,
when miners
see,
stop mining, there will be
Here-
less Bitcoin production. That I agree. But less Bitcoin production does not mean that the ask in Bitcoin will remain the same. I think it will get a lot of people out of the market.
yeah, I mean, like if we look here, it did dump on the day of the halving. Literally, it just went downwards. I mean, we did have that initial rally. Like this is where I was saying, like next year I'm gonna just be looking for longs because it's well around this March area. I'm just gonna be longing, but we can see like lower time frame. It did dump on the halving day.
By the way, that wig on Binance was a UI issue.
Yeah. So we have a lot of fucking PA right now. We're literally here. Well, we're actually here because it's the end of the month. Interesting.
Super interesting, man. The thing is, right now it's still survival, man. It doesn't fucking matter now. It's we need to survive this and try to make money and accumulate money for the bull market.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
And this looks awful. I don't think we're gonna create a double top. What the fuck?
It would make sense. One tap more, another tap, and then breaking it. It would make fucking sense, man. It's still in the same range, making any significant structures. It shakes out up and down the leverage. It consolidates on the low instead of on the high. This would make fucking sense.
This fucking 24. What is that? 24/8 region. This has got a snap at one point. This level is
Yeah, that's
just
so
rock
strong.
fucking solid. Yeah, it's rock solid. But I mean, like, we are bouncing off it so many times, but now we can see we're not even really bouncing. Like the first initial time we bounced off that level. Yeah,
Listen,
the first.
everything 0.8 is ridiculously strong. I don't know what it is, but everything with the number 8 in it is ridiculous. 28K, 26.8, 25.8, 24.8. Everything on the 8 is always ridiculously strong.
You're not wrong. I'm looking 22/8.
It's psychologically because it's past a half number and it's not a prime number. So it can be divided by 2, 4, and 8 itself. So that's mentally and also from physics. It truly is. People feel comfortable around an 8 number. So that means that people tend to be positive around 8 because you would round it up to 10. And that's why it's one of the ideal zones to trap in. If we look back in charts, 8 is always fuckery and always strong as hell, up and down. Yeah, 8 and 2.
What is going to happen here is that obvious. No, it's surely fucking not. We're not gonna do this. Surely fucking not. Imagine we create a triple top like fucking gold.
Back to 32.
That would be AIDS.
Bro, we're building the Sydney Opera House.
Like, look at gold. 1, 2, 3. Final breakdown.
It's a Sydney Opera House, buddy.
This level's got to snap at one point. It has to
Dave,
snap.
what's your take? An inverted butterfly harpoon deep crab shark?
What?
One more pump, everyone. That's what we call it, head shoulders.
No, I did not. Section.
I refuse to believe we're just gonna leave out every single motherfucker who's here. Oh, what the fuck? Where's mine? There's no way we're not taking that first. I don't care where we go after that. Take that box. I don't care what happens next. Take everyone out, then do whatever the fuck you want.
What did I hear about a harpoon shark?
Yeah, I said that. I was like, what's your take? Is it a deep inverted butterfly upside down harpoon deep crab shark or something?
If we hit 1711, then we get a butterfly. I had that mapped out earlier. And that should get
1711 for eat.
Yeah, if we can claim this box from 1670 to 1658.
Well, 1678
No,
is a bitch.
Yeah,
It's a monthly order block that has been sitting there like Fort fucking Knox.
Yeah.
68.12.
Yeah, 1658.72. That's the other one. That's the bottom half. It was acting as resistance, but now it's acting as its level of support. So I want to see if this whole block gets claimed and they flip it to liquidity. But if you go on a higher time frame, like I'm working like a 2-day and a 2-week. So like if you go to I think it was a 2-day.
I have 1 day.
2-day. No, it was a 2-week. My bad. Yeah, it was a 2-week. Like if you look at the swing points from when this.
Well, you always look at these weird ass time frames. Like what was it? What you were looking at the last time? Like 45 minutes or 49 minutes? It's like what the fuck?
Yeah, 40 for entry points. But if I'm looking at, if I'm trying to gather where, what candle I want to work, what section I want to work, if you will, then I'm looking at higher time frame. So, like 2-week, we had that strong move from 11. I think it was 1182, some shit like that. 1192, excuse me. All the way to that swing that we had for the year, like at 21 and some change, 2168. You measure that section out, just that section there, and you look at your fibs, we're at the halfway point. So, technically, if we're underneath that halfway point, then the structure is bearish, right? It's bullish neutral. And so you look at that fib, it's right
at bullish neutral. It's a non-aggressive bull.
Yeah. It doesn't have enough juice in the tank. So like if you look at an 8-hour down to like maybe like a 4-hour, if you're looking at like trend strength, you can see that there's a ton of strength, but like momentum's starting to die down. But if you go to a higher time frame, like a 1-day or even 2-day for that matter, the trend is still overall bearish. They just kind of slumped over. So the
trend is definitely still bearish.
Yeah.
Not only trend-wise like this, but for me, the biggest indication is as long as altcoins are bleeding, the bottom is not in. And altcoins are still like a good 15 to 20% away from an absolute bottoming, or at least a bottom formation.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of space to fill down to the upper 1200s. Excuse me, upper 1100s.
I have buy orders at 600 for ETH.
Yeah, if you're looking at historical, I'm looking at my thought process is, by sometime mid-October, we should see somewhere upper 1800s to like mid-lower 1900s, 1923. And
yeah, but still, even upper 1800s, 1900s, etc., it's very, very, very possible. Maybe.
And then
what worries me the most is the fact that altcoins don't do fucking shit, while ETH doubled from its bottom almost. Same as Bitcoin, we went from 18 to fucking 32k, and altcoins kept shitting all the way.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's healthy market behavior.
We do have a pretty valid breakout on Ethereum
Yeah.
on the daily.
Yeah, if you're looking at it from
Yeah.
like a daily perspective, it looks like the falling wedge, but it didn't make like a third hit. It just kind of had those 2 hits or 3 really, and then just kind of started pulling back up. But that leads me to believe that we have room to go back down to the downside and retest those areas again. There's a fib. There's like a 618 right at
Yeah, and ETH got
1565.
flooded down as hell. Same as Solana. That got flooded down the drain. Especially when those fuckers started to sell off ETH.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see us going down to like 1620-ish, and then maybe like bouncing back up and doing something like that.
Yeah, if it gets like
Sweeping all of that.
1615, if it touches in that area, then the structure is flipped, and like at least internally, it's flipped bullish, because that's like a 0.5 area from this week's move, right? From this week's low to this week's high.
Or
Excuse
the
me.
1760 has such a juicy fucking fair value gap.
I think you look on a. Let's go back to a 2-day. Hold up. Yeah, there's a nice gap from. Obviously, where we're at now, 1670 all the way up to 1748.
But still, I feel like most liquidity is down. Might as well just leave it there for a bit and destroy everyone's hopes and dreams. And then after everyone thinks, well, we're going to fucking abyss this time.
I think this block area is important. Like it's where we've been, like you said, Chenta, we've hit this place like 4 or 5 times. That would be
Yeah.
ideal just to start stacking shorts, and then obviously market money man steps in and pushes the price up to that 1700 bracket, because in between 1670 down to what is that 1737, it's just a massive gap. It's just a straight teleport to the top. So
Yeah,
how
exactly. As soon as that area flips, it's a 4% candle in 2 blinks.
Yeah, so 16, I think if we close on a weekly, if you will, above 1658, I think we're going to get that scenario. We're going to have an open. The open may come and touch this 1646, which would be like a double bottom on a lower time frame, from like a 4-hour pullback, change of character. So 1646 would probably be a spring, and then it would probably catapult us up to 1711. I could see us coming back and testing 1670 again, and then making an insane move to 1740s plus. Because once we clear 1748, the gap just opens up even more. Like it's full throttle to 1911.70.
But that's if we don't get any FUD. And the thing is, we're long due for FUD. I'm just waiting for Max C or something to die.
Yeah.
Hey, don't say that. I have to use that now because I have to wait for my fucking Palu ID.
Is Palu not working?
No, it is printing my ID. I have to wait until it's going to get shipped. So for now, I'm just fucking about between different exchanges.
Do PMAX. PMAX works.
Yeah, I have only a little bit on that. I didn't even put much.
I tried it with 10K. The liquidity is good. Yeah, something should happen, like Sam Bankman-Fried selling his assets, or I don't know. Like a good old FUD.
See, this is what's skeptical, man. Like, it seems like everyone was longing this breakout on Ethereum.
Yeah.
Broke out, and now that we've squeezed into this upper area, there's still some at 1700s, which is not tested. But then again, it's like, I don't know. Are we gonna come back down, retest this trend line, then bounce, or are we gonna go up first, then do that? It's
That's
like,
exactly what I have. Same shit, bro. That puts me like at 1601 in those areas, 1609, somewhere in that area.
Yeah, that's a 20.
And if I look at,
24.8.
we have an we're running a at least in my section, we're running an anti-shark right now. So like wave B is a pretty designated area that always gets tested. That's 1601.56.
You just said an anti-shark, didn't you?
Yeah, it's an anti-shark. Yeah, sorry, man.
The fuck is an anti-shark?
Sorry, it's
It's
not
got
an
a
anti-shark.
glow.
It's not an anti-shark. Forgive me. It's an N-star. My apologies. It's an N-star.
No, but sometimes I hear you say patterns,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm doubting if you make them up, but they
No.
work.
No. No, they're just based on specific ratios. It's inside the library. When you're
I
looking for
believe
different
you.
swing points, but like this the catalyst, right? It's from that fall, right? So wave X on this move for this Nenstar is that 1486 area. It's the same location where wave D came for, where we had a cipher, where like entries, you could take entries from 1537 to 1551, and either one of those patterns would have played out for that. So if I'm looking at the smaller pattern, which is the Nenstar wave B, again, it's an important area that usually gets tested. The rule of thumb is it's either bust or die. So it's either going to bounce in that area and keep moving up, and that would keep the structure, at least the internal structure, bullish. And it's also the same location where we just busted out
But is
from.
the overall sentiment now bullish, or are we still in a fucking downtrend and at a accumulation phase?
Where
See, that's the thing.
I think we have a breakout, to be honest, because if you go on a higher time frame, like a 2-day, I don't get me wrong, we need a confirmation. So I have what, 2 hours 30 minutes left in this session for the 2 day. So like the next 2 days, even going into the weekend, considering it's weekend PA, I think that's really going to set up for what next week looks like. Because if we roll into October, and if my projections by the 9th, we should have big weeks this coming week and the next week. There is a possibility that we can come down and test 1601 between now and the start of that little rally. But if we lose 1601, then I think we go much, much lower. Like we'll head to 1546. We'll test that area. And if that completely bottoms out, then it's like 1423 and then down.
The thing which I'm factoring in right now is obvious that Ethereum's had this breakout. It's like, I think more people are bullish here, and I don't know, are they going to reward the narrative, or are they going to take the narrative, make everyone flip bearish and then go up? It's so
Too
50-50
easy.
right now.
It's too easy. And money is below. The thing is, people that longed 16, 17K are not being punished at all. And you know how much really down there? It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's on stream, right?
I was just showing you what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay, I ended it.
You're good. You're good. Shit. Let me go to this. If I start to lag, I'll kill it on my side, just because. Yeah. Right. So just go to a 2-day and simplify it. You don't even have to go that far. You can go. Start off with a 2-week. Stop. Yeah, it's gonna lag on me. I hate this. Right, but look at where we broke this structure from. Like, look at this massive buy, right? So it obviously there was some type of trend or market manipulation, however you want to put that, but there's liquidity here in this area. If we've tested it once, we've tested it twice, there's a possibility that we come back and test this one more time. All right, and so we have a breakout here. If you look on more data, it's just a Bybit and Phoenix. That's really the significant difference. But this is right where we just broke out of. And we have about 2 more hours left in the session. So 1668 is an important area to close in that range down to 1558. I'll show you what I'm talking about. right? It's this box, this purple box. Okay, so if we have closings above here, then we'll probably open up, test this again, possibly even testing down here, right? Like a scan wick down here, and then push up to this area. Like this whole area is spacious. Right? And so that takes us to wave A, which is all the way up here around 1784. So this would probably be an even juicier short. Don't get me wrong, I'm probably going to be looking at shorts here in this area just to test it. So let's see. If we reject here, right, we have how much left in a day? Like 3 hours left, or excuse me, 2.5 hours left in a day? Yeah. We have to.
Guys,
1.5.
I gotta go. I got a flight in 4 hours.
All right, buddy.
All right,
Fly
see you,
safe,
man.
man.
Hey guys.
Later, bro. Right, so like if we reject underneath this area, underneath this this block right here, maybe even consolidate somewhere here in this path. I want to see just a close underneath 1658, then I'll feel comfortable with keeping my short. You know, but if I'm closing somewhere here in this area, then I'm like, I'm probably gonna end up closing it. Simply because I think we're gonna open up and we're gonna move higher, and I think there's gonna be a better opportunity to short up there. You can see this is
So you're looking at the daily close, the close for your decision whether or not to close your head short with your
yeah. My longs from 1574. I've added a little bit here and there, so I'm averaged up to like 1583, which is right on this fib. So I've already stripped it like 75%. No, excuse me, 85%. I'm just leaving a runner right now. And I'm actually just leaving this to break even because I'll probably end up looking to add in this section here. So that's mainly why I'm going to keep my long, just so my average doesn't go to shit, if you will. If I don't, like if we don't have rejections here in this area, let's say we close in this area, then I'm probably looking to add somewhere in these sections, 1646, possibly even down to 1615. This is what I was talking about earlier before, right? Like, so this is the midway point for this structure right here from X to A. That's what this Nen star is right here. So the midway point of that structure is 1615. So considering this pattern, it's a bullish pattern right now where it is. If it were to close underneath 1615 and struggle to regain wave B, then it's going to flip completely bearish. It's going to implode on itself. So these are just the areas that I'm looking at on lower time frames, such as like 4 hour and 8 hour. That's really where I've been hanging out and working on the structure. And then for like decision making, I've been floating around like a 90-minute. Those are one of those weird, funky time frames that I know Chento was talking about, but that's the point, right? Like I'm using a different time frame because it gives me different data that maybe other traders are just not looking at.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Versus, common like 4 hour and 1 hour and, 12 hour and a daily, a lot of traders are using those. So I like to think outside the box, pull in as much data as I can. I'll start with maybe like a 2 week, then go down to a 2 day, and then just start breaking down to maybe like a 12 hour and 8 hour. And then when the day begins, then I'll float around with like a 4 hour and a 90-minute. And then if, stakes are high and I'm really wired in, I'll be somewhere like around a 5-minute and 15-minute. But yeah, that means I'm like all over my screen at that point. But for the most part, if I want to go to sleep at night, and I want to prepare for my day and what that looks like and where my possible stops could be, I'm looking at 2 day from there. And then in the beginning of the week, each week, Sundays, I'm looking at 2 weeks.
That makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I think we need to retest. I think we need to come back and take a nice little pause. The other idea, at least the other setup, some of the Jedi we were looking at, this looks like an ascending scallop, right? It's a bullish continuation pattern. So this would be considered our uptrend over here. Then we have a downtrend. We didn't make a new low. right? Because we're considering our uptrend from down here, from where this OB was, the low 1500s, and then it starts to make like this J pattern. I have a lag on mine, so bear with me. It almost looks like a Nike check. That's really what we're going for here. Right, so this is when you have a bow like that, that's a scallop, and it's called an ascending scallop because it's derived from an ascending move, right? Because we were ascending up. So sometimes in a scallop can turn into what looks like a cup and handle, but you don't have like a full cup. You have like a J cup, if you will. So what I'm getting at is that we could have a retest to somewhere around here and even here.
That matches up with me. I got the exact same level marked.
Yep. So it's, you know, we can get, it's not a handle, but the best way to, you know, understand it in comparison to cup and handle is we would get like a handle formation either here or here. This makes more sense because this is where essentially where we had the massive breakout and also where we had the massive waterfall, right? Because these large legs right here, right? So this is, you know, institutional money just stepping in, just bam, bam, bam. And then the same thing on the opposite side here, it's bam, bam, bam. So I'm looking at this area, you know, where price really started to make a difference, if you will, as the neckline, right at 16.15. So that could be tested. If you know, if I lose this area, if I lose this ascending move, this curve, if you will, then we go much, much, much lower. Right, we will 110% come and test these areas again. 1560s without a doubt. So anyone that, you know, if you're watching this and you're like, oh shit, let me long here, let me long here, let me try to buy that, I would be extremely careful. Like I myself, I'm going to be DCAing right here, but I have a head short, so it makes sense for me. If you don't have a short from up here and then you're, you know, just getting in fresh, just be careful with this area because it's an obvious downtrend. Breakout traders, that's what they do. They'll enter when the breakout is retested. You'll see a lot of that, and so that's kind of like almost like a trap, if you will. If you see a hard thrust down, then they're taking liquidity in that area, right on that trend line. So I would DCA in there. If it pauses and you get a couple little bounces, then just start building up from there. That's precisely what I'm going to be doing because it goes back to going into a 12-hour real quick. It plays with this setup right here. So I'll, you know, start DCAing something small right here just to test it out. If I get a bounce and I keep going, then I'll just keep adding. If I get a small bounce and it rejects and it comes down a little bit lower, I'm okay. My average isn't screwed. Then I'm looking to add here in these areas as well too. And then I'm holding my short until deemed otherwise. Like if I lose these areas, like if this becomes a bounce and then I start moving up, then I'm looking to kill my short. I'll probably strip like 60-70% of it. And maybe we come back up to this block and then we get rejected again, but that's okay. I'll just add back to that short. I'd rather take that profit and just add back in here versus
exactly. No point round tripping.
Round jumping. Exactly. Yeah, just to go back again. So
yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, someone asked you, do you look for bounces on the lower time frame or higher time frame?
So it depends on what the move is, right? So if we get violent moves, let's just back up here for a second. We can use this current PA, sorry. So like these are just completely unmitigated, right? Like candle open and then just fired off. All right, so what I'm looking at when I see stuff like this is I know there's a rejection here. I want to see what that looks like on a 15-minute. All right, I'm going strictly to lower time frames because I'm looking for candle formations to show me reversal candles. So where was that? That was what, somewhere over here? Yep. It's the same shit, right? 1630s, yeah. And we did get rejection. We got a sell candle, then we got imbalance. But the problem with this is that the reason why I wouldn't have entered short here in this area is because once this was pushed down and I got a shaved bottom, then it was followed by a doji. This told me that this was looking like a setup. That's the reason why I didn't want to enter into this, simply because this looks like bait. The next thing that I'm looking at is when I'm looking at candle formations. You see how odd it is? It just goes in an angle. That's institutional money. That's not retail, if you will. And there's a mixture of retail. Let me take that back. But for the most part, that's institutional money that's stepping in, that's moving the price, right? They're moving the needle, if you will. So when I see this, that's not something that I want to get in with them, because they could be there to take both sides. That's how they make money, not on the leverage. They make money by running stops. So I start to see these shaved bottoms, and I'm starting to see, just like what we saw earlier, I'm seeing like a J-like formation. So it's a scallop. That tells me, I'm like, well, I'm in an ascending move and I'm forming a scallop. I'm not going to enter into a short here. Right? Because I'm looking at a higher time frame. I'm like, all right, this is the top. Let me look into adding to a short. No. Second reason, there's no order block. There's no liquidity that's been taken here from this area in the past. Maybe we had one rejection right here, but this was clearly a trap, right? This is where they squeezed everybody in, and then it boom shot up. So this is not an area that I would be looking into shorting. So when it comes to lower time frames, what I'm looking for is the candle formations and what it looks like from that higher time frame. So going back to that 12-hour. Right, I saw that strong move. Right off the bat, that's a strong buy candle. The next move was a strong sell candle. Yes, at 110%, this made anyone a little nervous, like, oh shit, I should be getting out. The trick, or at least the clue, was that it didn't close beneath this. You just got a wick down to there. So this is just telling me that this is a shakeout. This is a shakeout candle. So I tell myself again, look for higher, because it's going to go higher. I'm looking for opportunities for shorts. Again, this trend line here with a breakout, going back to my 15-minute, because I have a breakout that's there. Maybe I didn't get into any position. Right, and the breakout was right here. Right, so we have multiple breaks of structure, but let's just consider the dashed line. That's your structure that you just broke. You know, the rule of thumb is you want to long the retest. So we had a strong buy candle right here. Anyone that's bought based on this that's a FOMO entry. 110%, that's a FOMO entry. You always want to wait for that retest. And going right back to it, you see this curving. This is when you start to take your entries. You have to notice that, right? I didn't add to anything like that just because that wasn't in my play. That wasn't in my setup. I had already gained access here. So when I'm watching the chart, I'm looking for, say, do I need to start looking for exits? I'll start to add to my longs when I have longer pullbacks, and that's where like a 4-hour comes into play. So if I'm charting throughout the day, I'm already in a setup and I'm watching my charts and I'm monitoring stuff. I'm looking for, 4-hour, because I can get faster data, but it's still more concrete compared to like a 30-minute or 15-minute. I'm not going to base my setups on a 30-minute or 15-minute. So let's just use this as an example. We have a change of character on a 4-hour, but we have no pullback. We went straight to break of structure. So a pullback is needed in order for us to move higher. Pullback can land somewhere around here, 1615, and that's fine. So when I get to this section of 1615, I'm immediately looking at my 15-minute and seeing what that candle formation starts to look like. And then I'm going down even further, looking at 5-minute. And what I would like to see is something like this. You get a hard rejection, big push down, and then a strong response, an immediate buy candle. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something like that. Or it doesn't even have to be 2 candles. It can be 1 candle. Like a hammer right here. Stop. Right? And I marked off earlier 1647, 1646. That's an area of interest for me. These are the reasons why. Because candles like these, sell candle, immediate buy candle. Small push, big push, turn into a hammer, and then, the rest is that. It was the high for the day, high for a minute now. So it's kind of flipping between multiple time frames when I'm looking to secure my entry, but I'm never ever basing my play, what I'm doing for the day on a 5-minute, 15-minute, or even a 30-minute. I may find a pattern on a lower time frame, but it goes in conjunction with a higher time frame pattern that I'm already playing out. So just example of that was what I had mentioned earlier, like on the 12 hour. We have a Nen star that we've been working, but the original idea stemmed from a cipher. And so patterns will follow patterns. And so this Nen star is just going to be more of a confirmation to the cipher. It gives us a higher entry in the sense that if I can't get down to 1537 or in these lower brackets to enter to activate this cipher, maybe I missed a boat for that. I'm looking for a different opportunity, right? Because I have a swing high compared to this low. Then I had a small pullback, another high, if you will, from that pullback, and then another low, right? That was my signal because this low wasn't lower than this low right here. So I know I have a new pattern. So it's a second chance, second opportunity to get back into the market if I was looking to long. So when you are using patterns, just try to keep that in mind, right? Like at least if you're getting to harmonics, you got to keep in mind about structures, external structures and internal structures. Overall, the external structure, it is bearish. It is in a phase of where it's trying to flip into bullish. It has to break into 1800s in order for the structure to firmly change into bullish, like we're going to have a bullish rally. It has to completely own and dominate 1800s. Anything that's sub 1800, 1873, if you will, you're going to find bearish activity. Maybe there's a run, there's a rally, maybe we push like 2.7% or 3%, but keep in mind those are going to be your bearish retests. So if I know that in the back of my mind and I know I have areas of interest that are going to be sell blocks, once I hit those sell blocks, then I jump down to my lower time frames to find the sweet spot for entry. Hopefully that answers your question.
Well, we're gonna give away the Jedi spot. The one Jedi spot up until the 5th. Wait, Vallo, are you here?
I'm just reading the guy's comments now. These guys are crazy. I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
How do we enter? I think we're gonna like manually pick on stream, but I don't know how we're gonna do it. So
Didn't you do a wheel last time?
yeah, but the thing is, I think it missed out some because people were joining like and like they were joining and leaving the stream and stuff.
Got it.
And then some people's names got missed or something.
I don't know how you guys want to do it. I don't have any
Trying to think.
I don't have any bright ideas for it.
I don't know where Vallo is though.
No, it's all good. I don't know where he is either.
Spin the wheel on the site. Are you prepared to type in 50 names? Say?
Me? No way. No way. No way.
I could do it, but
No,
yeah.
dude, you're very, very fast typer. You would dance circles around me when it comes to typing. I'm not slow, I'm not like a boomer, if you will. Like, right, I don't know what I'm doing. I know how to type very, very quickly, but I watched you the other day. I was like, yeah, I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna let homeboy take care of that one.
That's because what's funny, right, is I used to do this like 10 fast fingers thing where you'd have to type words as quickly as possible
Mm-hmm.
within 1 minute. I was like 120 words in a minute.
Jeez, man. I was just,
So actually,
I was telling my wife about you the other day in regards to that, and I was even because she used to play piano when she was younger, and I was like, you know what, I gotta ask him if he's ever played the piano. If you don't, man, with skills like that, you may have like a hidden talent.
no, I play guitar. Yeah,
Okay,
I
yeah,
learned
there you
that
go, there
from
you
a
go, yeah.
from a young age. So
I was gonna say, never mind. He's got the finger bang muscles. So I was reading. Let me read these comments. Look at the close above. Yeah, I'm looking. If the daily closes like above 1658, I'm considering closing my short. We'll probably open up and test maybe like 1646 or maybe just a little bit above that. If we get a break below 1646 in the new day, then things could change. Like it could just be a scam wick down. Maybe it pushes all the way down to 1620, 1615. But for this day, on this daily candle, if I close above 1658.82, I think it is. What does that say? Yeah, 1658.72. Like if I close above that in this region, then we'll probably, like I said, we'll probably open up, maybe touch 1646, but it's got more juice in it. Let me look at something real quick. I was talking about trend earlier. Okay, so like on a 12-hour, that trend is now picking up strength. Yeah, it's like it's on its first rep, if if you will, from a strength perspective. So, what I'm looking at, if nobody's ever seen this indicator, it's a DMI, directional moving index, and TLDR just tells you about strength in a trend. That's it. And I like using it on higher time frames because it goes in combination with an RSI, money flow. RSI is good for like overbought and oversold, but not really dictating the strength of a trend. Even though RSI gives you the strength of the candle, that's not really going to determine the trend. And so this is where DMI comes into play. So the strength in the candle moves, if you will, are getting weaker from a bullish perspective, but money is still coming in. That's what this green line is at. So when I see shit like that, and there's deviation between money flow and RSI, these are going to be like exit pumps. And I think we have a little bit more of exit pumps coming along, right? If this doesn't turn around and nosedive, or if this doesn't make a hard nosedive, then I think we'll probably have another exit pump. I'm looking at a 4-hour, because my 4 hours is like the lowest time frame that I like to use this on. Right, so like momentum has died, but strength is still ridiculously strong. So what does that tell you? That tells you, any dumps that we get right now are probably going to be matched with a strong recovery, right? Like, so I wouldn't be sitting in a position for a short long. I'm like, all right, this is the one. We're going straight to 1601 from here. That's not what this is indicating. This is indicating that, hey, momentum has dropped from a bullish perspective, but we were saying this in the community earlier. Bulls are in the Bears living room, and right now there's furniture moving, and the bulls are not moving yet. So the moment that they start to lose strength, meaning this white line right here, if it starts to point down and this remains flat, And not only is the momentum becoming stagnant, but the strength behind any type of recovery that they're going to be implementing is also going to dwindle, which allows and sets up for bears to take a lane, if you will, right? Move in when bulls are weak. So there has to be more of that. But right now, bulls are like, fuck you, we're strong as shit. We're just taking a break between our reps. Money flow, money's coming out on a 4-hour time frame, but the candle is somewhat stronger. It's kind of fighting for its life right now. And now I have some like wicks and small bodies. So like what I'm seeing is from an analysis perspective, I think we're just going to fuck around here and it's not going to be fun. And it's going to be very stressful for a lot of people. So I'm telling you guys now in advance, walk away from your screen, right? Especially if you have to get rest and get sleep, because we're rolling into the weekend. And I think we may just dance around here. We may get a scan wick somewhere testing this area again, 1680. But I think the real move, the real power move before we break this, we got to come down to somewhere in this area and even this area, maybe here. So 1601 through 1647. I think this would still even be a weak move here, just because it would be so overbought real quick. And I think shorts would just pile on here. I think if we come down here to this area, this is kind of like it makes sense. A lot of breakout traders are going to come here and enter their trades, and they'll probably set their stop to somewhere right around here, which is perfect for money man to come in and step in and take liquidity and push that leg, right? So like to say this downtrend is what I want to bounce off of. Let's say I come here and I push down a little bit further here. So they're going to take those orders, run those stops, and then go back up. That is the ideal bullish move that I would be looking for, at least what I'm considering. So hopefully that answers that.
Oh yeah, by the way, saying what do you call it? I typed all of the names, but then Minga went on an AI thing and got them all anyways. So I think you can just copy and paste his names into the wheel of names spin thing on your screen.
I have a wheel.
Or I can do it.
Yeah, do it. Because my shit lags, and yeah, it would be another thing, another browser I got to open. I'll do the drum roll. Oh, I got a drum roll. Let me know when you're ready, though.
Let me just copy and paste. All right. I'm going to share my screen. So I just typed all of that, and you just got it off an AI generator.
Who's gonna win, Killa or AI?
Right. I'll wait for everyone, and then I'll spin. Well, I'll give it a minute for everyone to join, so I can spin the wheel. And then, yeah. You know what? I'm realizing Bitcoin's dropping a bit now, and S is not fucking moving at all. Like, it's literally not moving. It's like I'm not religiously looking at it, but like I can tell when the price is stalling more than anything. Right, we have 23 spectators. There's 41 names, so I mean, if you want to find out if you want or not, join the stream, because I'm gonna spin it in like 1 minute. 41, well, 42 names. I'm pretty sure at least 10 of them are already Jedi. I don't know if we're going to accept. Wait, no, I need to ask Vallo. If you're already Jedi, do you get another extension, or I don't know?
No.
So we don't. We just cancel it out. And for those who don't have Jedi,
I think every single Jedi member this month, at least if they've participated in the challenges with me, I know they're profitable this month. So I know the group is beneficial to them. 100%.
All right. Right, I'm going to give it 30 more seconds, if you're not spectating and your name is on here, we should just do it. So then, if you're not in the stream spectating, then we'll respin.
True.
So
True.
30 seconds. If you're not in the screen recording when I spin it, then and you get selected, we'll respin. Yeah, Killa, can you hear me? Where you're there? Oh, okay, sorry, I was not. Sorry. That's fine. Right, I'm gonna spin it now.
You're gonna spin it now. Let's go.
Eddie is already, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Eddie is already Jedi.
He's already Jedi. Yes.
So
Next.
do what, we have to respin or what?
Yes, we have to respin.
All right. Yeah, we'll respin. Right, I don't.
Christopher. Oh, Christopher. Oh, man, I messed that up. Christopher.
You sound them out individually, and it's Christopher.
Christopher. I was almost at tofu. Damn it. My bad. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to do that. Are you here?
Yeah, he is.
All right, bet. Congratulations. Yepa. Eso mismo.
To pass on to Vallo because I don't have permissions
to assign roles. Yeah, we'll get you set up.
Yeah.
The first thing you want to do is when you hop in, you want to start taking a look at journals. Start setting up your journal, and then start asking questions.
Yeah, I think it's only 1 week though, isn't it? It's up to the 5th, Vallo said. So that's about 6 days from now.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, 6 days to consume as much knowledge as possible. And then the Jedi section will probably reopen again up until the 15th.
Just don't go to sleep. Just consume.
Yeah. Right, I'll just
Congratulations, Chris. Congratulations.
All right. I think we're gonna end this stream now that we've picked the winner, haven't we?
Absolutely. You guys have a great weekend. Thank you guys for being on here with us today. We do this every Friday, so we'll be here again on Friday. We're trying to coordinate the times 4 to 4:30. It's really a balance, but you guys will see the message before we have it. So see you guys next week.
Yep. See you guys.
Peace.
Peace. Peace.